Hello everyone, welcome to this video. We're making this video in celebration of National Storytelling Week, which runs from the 1st of February to the 8th of February. So this is going to be a quick video. It's going to have some tips and tricks in there to maybe try with your class to try and get them enthused with the Storytelling Week.
And what better way to start this off with is dressing up. And here we are,
Dressing up. Yeah.
I mean,
Love it or hate it, kids love it.
yeah.
It's a great one for sparking that creativity, getting that imagination going. You can dress up as anything. I've done loads of dressing up in my time, Ben. What about you?
I have as well. I mean, this is a custom-made mask, but a child made for me, and my cloak as well,
So fancy.
which was made by a parent of a child. After we did superhero days, they thought I needed a bit of help with my dressing up, so this is what they produced for me.
Yeah, that's a really good one.
And we used this when we were doing Super Potato, and we got the children to dress up as
Yeah.
superheroes and everything like that.
It's nice. I'm not sure what I'd use this carrot one for.
Well, this, Super Veggies Assemble
Oh,
again.
yeah. Okay.
You know.
We'll call it that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Right, should we change back again?
Yeah, let's change.
Okay. Another thing we can use is props. So I mean, you don't have to go all out.
That's even a haircut, Ben.
Oh, yeah.
That's lovely.
It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be all sort of dressing up and everything. Just
No.
a simple wig.
Yeah.
So we did this when we were doing hot seating for Ratburger. So I had that and the sunglasses
Yeah.
on, and I pretended I was Ratburger.
Nice.
Helps the children sort of understand the characters a bit more. Or props.
Yeah, I mean, you can use anything as props. If you're doing a topic and you've got, it might be a history topic, artifacts are always a really good one. Anything kind of physical that they can handle is always a good one, just as a stimulus to get those stories flowing.
Exactly. And with little toy soldiers like this, if you're doing something like Warhorse, you could get them to act out the story there, but with their friends, and before they start writing down their ideas.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to get out this end. Okay.
Good idea. Next one, group stories. This is something I used to do with my Key Stage 2 classes, Year 6, Year 4. It's a great one to get everyone involved. So essentially all you have to do is you start off the story. So you could say, oh, my character walks into a spooky forest. And then you get all the other kids in the class to come up with the next part so they can just give alternate plot points to what happens next. So what happens next in the story.
They see a rundown cottage.
Yeah, okay, and then you take that and you do like 4 more. I used to write them up on the board so we can keep track of where we were going. And then you take one of them and you go, right, he's gone into the cottage, what's he going to do next? Is he going to knock on the door? Or is he going to
Breaking through the window.
break through the window? Yeah, whatever. And you just carry on that story until you get to the end. And by the time you've got it all mapped out, you've got loads of different stories you can do, which is a really nice one for everyone. And they can pick one and they can either tell the story or they can write the story or they can act the story out. It's just it's a good one for getting loads of ideas on the go.
Okay. And after that, I mean, the next thing we've got is story maps, which are really, really useful for the children, getting them to map out their journey of writing their story so they don't end up like what I have to do, which is end up writing loads and think, oh no, I've forgotten this bit, and go back. And
Yeah.
if it's all planned out, it helps with the writing process,
Yeah.
definitely.
And it's a good one for structure as well, which is often the hardest part.
Yeah.
I think with stories, it's getting it mapped out, what's going to happen next and things like that. It's a really good one. And you can use pictures and colour them in and all that, so it's a good one to do.
It's good to get your artistic flair going in this bit.
Absolutely, yeah. And the last one we're going to talk about is probably one everyone's been using. It's a classic one. It's just visual aids. So those pictures, videos, that kind of stimulus. There was a really good website I used to use called Pobble 365, which gives you a picture a day. It's a news story a day. Sometimes it's got a story with it. It's got some questions to go with it. But often I just put the picture up there, and it was, what are we going to do with this picture?
Yeah.
Tell me about this picture. Tell me a story about it.
That's great, and it's great for discussion as well. And
Yeah.
something else we used to use was build a scene, where you get the children to all sit round the classroom and then build the scene for the story sort of thing you were looking at. So it might be if you're on a ship, you wanted to do the captain's cabin. So the children would bring a chair up and say, this is where the captain sits.
Nice.
The great thing about build a scene though is that it doesn't have to be the real thing. So they could pick up a book and say, this is the captain's dinner that he eats, and they could go into describing what's on his dinner plate and things like that. And it just really helps build up that imagery.
Really good one for imagination and creativity.
Yeah. And once you've built up that scene, then you can do sort of more acting within it as well. You can get them to take on the roles and sort of talk to each other that way.
Yeah, and that's what storytelling should be about. It should be exploring those ideas and thinking about how we can be creative and learning lessons from things like that. It's just a
And I think as well is like once they've written the story, is to let them share them with each other.
Yeah.
Because storytelling is all about sharing your story.
Yeah.
And also those reluctant writers who maybe haven't written as much, let them just tell their story. Don't feel that they have to read what they've written. Just go with it.
Absolutely. So we really hope this was a useful video, and we hope you maybe give these a go in your classroom. Thanks a lot.
Bye.
Bye.